Hello and welcome to the Sparta Mayor Manager Show. I'm Mayor Wes Bruniger, and alongside is my town manager, Mr. Brian Edwards. And Brian, first of all, Happy New Year to you and your family, and to our viewers out there, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mayor Bruniger, and same to you and to all of our folks that are watching on ACTV. We do bring in the new year and wish everyone for the very best in 2020.
So here we are in 2020, halfway through January, and no big snows to report yet, but I think there's one probably on the way.
Well, so far it's just been some rain, which has actually this past weekend, pretty significant amount of rain. Created some more potholes for us up on Main Street, but the guys were working hard, actually came in over the weekend to do some repairs and finished that out this morning. But we do apologize for those kinds of inconveniences, but with the weather situation as it is, there's really nothing we can do at this point in time except try to make the repairs and keep moving.
And we'll go into that just a little bit more a little later down the road. We started our January meeting started off the new year with some good news about our audit that we had. Of course, that goes back to last year, but a good audit report for the town of Sparta.
Yes, our auditor was scheduled to present at the meeting, but due to an unexpected illness, he had to reschedule. He will be there for the February meeting, so we would encourage folks to come by if they have the opportunity to attend that meeting or watch the meeting on the ACTV. But we did have a good report for year ending in June of 2019, so very happy to have that good audit report, strong financial numbers, and I think the town's doing very, very well. Peggy Choate gave an update on our current status, and again, things this year are moving along. We're almost we are now halfway through for the fiscal year that begins July 1. So at this point in time, Mr. Mayor, things are very much on schedule.
So we're right back into getting ready for our next budget report here.
That's right.
It's already halfway down. Just want to give you and Peggy and all of our staff at the town of Sparta kudos on just doing a great job with all that. That's a lot of numbers to keep up with and a lot of statistics there, a lot of stuff going on, and y'all do a great job doing that.
Thank you. Well, and I will echo that comment to Peggy and Kevin Dow with the Crestview Booster Pump project. Obviously, that's an additional project that we're keeping up with. We do have state funds and some grant funds that were allocated to that Crestview project, and now we have the Streetscape project that is underway. So Peggy is having to monitor that as well, and so we're working through USDA with our pay applications, and all of that at this point in time is going very well.
And I want to welcome on board Joe, who's our new employee,
yes.
and
Joe
Wesley
Mathias.
Weaver also.
That's right.
Have joined our staff, and we welcome them with open arms, and they're going to do you, the folks out there, a great job. In our meeting, we had a representative from Dana come in, Miss Crystal Nettleton. She's the director of the Dana program, and she had a declaration of making January the National Stalking Awareness Month, in which we were, the council was happy to endorse that, and I've signed the petition there to make January National Stalking Awareness Month. And we want to encourage everybody. Our Dana services really do a great job here for people in need.
She presented, I think, some very interesting statistics, and the services that Dana provides, I think, to a large extent go unnoticed, and we do appreciate the hard work, and glad to have Crystal on board as the new director over there. And those folks do a great service for our community.
So we want to thank her for what she does. And as we went on in our meeting, we got deeper into the water line replacement. We're getting almost to the point where we're about ready to take us a little break here for winter, Brian. And I want you to tell the folks about where we're at, what we can expect for the next month or so.
Great, thank you. As of this morning, all of the water line has been installed from Trojan Avenue to Grandview Drive, and all of the service connections have been made. Last week, we did a tie-in at Cheek Street, so at that point in time, we're tying the new water line into the existing water lines that branch off from that. This morning, we began work at Memorial Park Drive, so that work will be going on through the rest of the day today to make that a tie-in at Memorial Park. We will have people out of water today. Unfortunately, it's going to affect a number of our businesses, the Pines being an important one, and also some of the other restaurants will be out of water service for most of the afternoon. But it is a necessary situation, Mayor Bruniger. We have to make the tie-in and get these services tied back into the new water line. Unfortunate that we have some business disruption while that's going on, but we're doing the very best we can to notify all of these customers in advance of what our schedule is, and they've been very supportive and cooperative with us, and we just hope to get through this as quickly as we can. The Memorial Park tie-in will be done today, and Wednesday in the evening we will be doing the final tie-in, and that'll be at Grandview Drive. So once that's completed, we will be complete with all the water line work. We still have some storm drain work that we will be doing before we actually take a break from the construction. But we get the water line in and the storm drains in, and then we'll kind of see where we go with the sidewalks and the other work that's going to be done. At this point, looks like we're going to move that into late February, early March kind of a time frame, so that we won't be working into these winter months where we could have some pretty severe weather that would shut us down for a period of time. And we don't want to have a lot of sidewalks and streets torn up and then have a week or so of bad weather. So that's the plan right now.
You know, and to our advantage, our weather has been cooperating with us tremendously. Here we are, January 13th, and it's 60-some degrees outside.
Right. Yeah.
So
we're
very fortunate there. So we look forward to that, and we will keep you up to date. And Brian and Kevin will be again calling out, making calls to make sure people know when the water will be off and how long it should be off, and keeping you informed, and that's what we want to do.
Make one more mention. We do an update at least once a week, sometimes a couple of times a week, depending on how the schedule's going. And you can log on to the townofsparta.org. Our webpage there has a special link that takes you directly to the most recent updated schedule, construction schedule. So please, if you have questions, or you can always call the town office, but get your information by looking at that Town of Sparta webpage.
And you also put it in the Allegheny News also, and we have it on. I have it on my Facebook page, and several other ones I know that post that information out there too. So we do have the information out there, and if you have any questions, like Brian said, feel free to call the town office. Right. We started our Crestview Pumps over there, and it looks like we're up and flowing now, and just tickled to death that we're fully integrated now.
Absolutely. We are very pleased with that. That project is in the very short, just a few tweaking things to do, but we did a startup last week. We were able to start those pumps and put water into the tanks at Crestview, which has been of course our ultimate objective with this project, is to be able to integrate the water system. And we're very pleased to let the folks know that we are up and operational, and very pleased with the operation of that system. I
liked what we was talking about last week. Me, you, and Andy was talking there, and Andy talked about what the difference that these pumps make.
Right.
And we went from filling tanks up, it took days, to filling it up within hours.
Within hours, that's right.
So this is a big change and a great asset over there to those folks that's in Green Acres and Crestview. They really needed that.
We also replaced a portion of water line that goes up Green Acres Drive that for the past 4 or 5 years we've had significant issues over there, multiple water line breaks and inconveniences to the people in that community. That old line has been totally replaced, so we are looking forward to that community not having the interruptions and disruptions of service that they've been living with now for a number of years. So good news in that regard as well.
You have anything you want to share on your manager's report that you had? I know we had some events that was coming up here in the summer. So.
Well, the only one that really at this point in time is scheduled is the Allegheny Arts Council will be conducting their Backwoods Beat art show, and that will be scheduled for Kraus Park on Friday and Saturday, June the 26th and 27th. We've had in the past festivals over there. The Blue Ridge Mountain Fair is one that most folks probably remember, different art shows. The Allegheny Arts Council has now taken over that project, and we're looking forward to a very nice, effective event at Kraus Park on that last weekend in June.
And Kraus Park, I just want to throw this in there too, we'll be getting a facelift, so to speak, too, here in the upcoming months.
Yes, it will. We were fortunate, Parks Recreation Trust Fund, we made application through that organization. The town was successful in receiving a $194,000 grant. We will be replacing playground equipment, making renovations of what we refer to as the Sturtevant House there, that we're going to convert a couple of those spaces in there to men's and women's handicap accessible restrooms, which our park really is in need of upgraded restroom facilities. So we're really pleased to be able to offer that. Also, within the Kraus House, There's only one small restroom now that serves the activities in that house. We're going to be able to convert a storage room there into a unisex handicap accessible restroom, and that's going to very much, I think, improve the services there at Kraus House. So I mentioned the playground equipment and the restroom services. We'll be doing some sidewalk work and some other paving and improvements around the park, and I think we're going to see some very much increased use and benefit to the park. We've got a Kraus Park committee meeting scheduled for this Wednesday. Mike Pleer, Mayor Pro Tem, is leading that committee, and we'll be getting down into the details of getting requests for proposals put together and hopefully have some of this project underway in the spring of the year.
The only other thing that we had on our agenda the other night was a proposal to put public comments section up in the very front, which was unanimously passed by the council. So we'll have a little bit better agenda or format coming up in February, and people will be able to voice their opinion on the agenda items that's there that night early on, and then we'll have another public comments at the very end. So we're going to actually have 2 chances for folks to interact with us.
Right. Yeah, and this is similar to what the county commissioners offer. So early in the meeting, there will be that public comment opportunity. Anything that's on the agenda, folks can speak to that item. Other comments, we reserve that for the end of the meeting. But looking forward to making that change.
So we're off and running here in 2020. We have our first meeting in February on the first Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the Sparta Town Hall. We encourage all citizens to come out. And Brian, do you have anything else you want to throw out there for the folks?
That's all, Mayor Bridiger.
Now, we're going to put you on the spot now. We have the big Super Bowl coming up here soon before long. 4 teams remaining. Who you got?
Well, based on yesterday's results, Kansas City looks like they're the hot team, so that's going to be my choice for the Super Bowl.
So I'm going to be in agreement with that. We're both taking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, folks, and we'll see what happens. And maybe we'll see the Panthers back in the playoffs one of these days. I hope
so.
They got them a new man, so we'll see how long it takes. But for Brian Edwards, I'm Mayor Wes Bridiger. We want to thank ACTV for helping us out with our show here today. We'll see you next time on the Sparta Mayor Manager Show. Thank you.
Thank you.